Okay, we are on page 8 in our packet. We're going to do the notes for page 8, starting with example 3. Example 3 says it's identifying the solution of an equation. Okay, so that's what we're doing in example 3. So read along with me, please, page 8 in your packet. It says, what value of k makes the equation k plus 4 divided by 2/10 is 5 true? So we're trying to determine of these 4 answers, which one is correct. So there's 2 ways you could actually do this. You could take the equation, and instead of the k, you could substitute each one of these answers in to see if you can find the correct one and then circle it. Or you can use algebra the way it's meant to be used and actually solve for the variable k and find out which one of these could be the possible solution when you solve it, and then try it out and see if it works. And if it does, then you know you had the right answer. Okay, so I think I like the second option over the first because I only have to solve it one time and then I have to test my answer. So that's what we're going to do today. All right. Now, if I look at my equation, a number plus 4 divided by 2/10 is 5. The way to solve this is to isolate the variable k. I need to get that by itself on the left-hand side of the equation. Nice and lonely over there on the left-hand side. However, I have 2 things happening in here. I have to add 4 to it, and I have to divide by 2/10. Now, order of operations, which you did learn last year, and this is a review of order of operations. Order of operations said from left to right, you need to first resolve any parentheses or grouping symbols. We don't have any of that here. Then you need to do multiplication or division, whichever comes first, from left to right. And then you do resolve addition and subtraction from left to right, whichever comes first. And in this problem, I have addition, but I also have division. So literally this division problem right here would need to be done first. Okay, so let's follow the steps for solving this equation. The first thing I need to do is rewrite the equation, and I'm going to rewrite it here. K plus 4 divided by 2/10 is 5. Okay, the next thing I need to do now is I need to resolve this division. I know what 4 divided by 2 is, but do I know what 4 divided by 2/10 is? Okay, it's not the same as 4 divided by 2 because this is not a value of 2. This is a value of 2/10. It's less than 1. It's a fraction. Really the fraction 1/5 or 2 over 10. So what I need to do is, if you don't know how to resolve that, put in your calculator 4 divided by 2/10, hit enter, and you get 20. So now I'm going to rewrite my problem with this part resolved, and now I can keep going. Now I can solve this equation like I would have previous. I need to isolate k. So the first thing I need to do is, it says k plus 20, so I want to get k by itself. So I need to remove the 20 from both sides. I'm going to use the subtraction property of equality to do that. Now that I've finished with that part, subtracting 20 from each side, I can now finish my problem. I have k by itself because 20 minus 20 is 0. And then on this side, the right-hand side of the equation, I have 5 plus a negative 20, or 5 minus 20. 5 minus 20, if I subtract, they're different signs, so I need to subtract 5 from 20, and I get 15, and use the sign of my larger absolute value, which is the 20, and this tells me my answer for k is negative 15. And I'm looking at my answers here, and I do see negative 15 over here for D. But I'm not going to circle it yet because I'm not quite sure that I did all my math correctly. So I'm going to take the value that I found for k and insert it back into this equation. Negative 15 plus 4 divided by 2/10 is 5. So I know what the value on the right-hand side of the equation is. All the way down, this all day long is going to be 5. On the left-hand side, I want to find out what the value of this expression is on this side of the equation. I'm going to forget about everything else. Remember the process. I still have to use order of operations here. So I still have to resolve the division first. When I resolved the division over here, I found out that it was worth 20. 4 divided by 2/10 is 20. And then when I combine these two, I get 20 minus 15, which is 5. And it works. So this is the value of my answer. Okay? So when you have, I love this question because it reminds me of a test question. It kind of looks like a question you might have on some kind of assessment, especially an online one, where they give you multiple choice answers. You still need to do the math to resolve it. But like I said, the long way would be to insert this into the equation and insert each one until I find one that makes it true. However, the quick way is to use the algebra that we know to isolate your variable and then find your answer, check it, and circle it. We definitely know that it has to be negative 15 is the answer. So for what you need to do for me and Ms. Cesar's is you need to go in now and you need to do the triads. You have 2 triads. You have triad A and triad B. This is really triad 8 and triad 9 on your big ideas. A lot of you are struggling with big ideas and getting big ideas to show you the triads or to insert the triads or to submit the triads to us. What the triads do is they tell us what you know instantly, and it should be able to help you understand what you're doing. Both of these are a little bit different. Each one is a little different. One of them has a division first, so use the order of operations. Be sure to check this answer, 8 divided by 1/2. It's not 8 times 2 or 8 divided by 2. It's 8 divided by 1/2. Remember to put that in your calculator if you don't know how to do that. Question 9 is an absolute value question. And absolute values mean that you want the distance from this number on a number line and use it in the equation. So go ahead, solve these two, put them into your triads online.